Bachelor's Way, making secondhand chic. Hi, it's Ronda Batchelor from Bachelor's Way. Today I am so excited to show you what we did with the fireplace. Last time we showed you how we found a used fireplace. So I want to show you kind of the process we go through of figuring out what to do with it and how it's going to be designed and all the little details. So kind of like I throw out an idea, Les throws out an idea. We go back and forth until we find what we like the best. So let me show you a little example of kind of how that looks.
What if we had some sort of a hearth underneath it, even if it was like just okay. What if you had built up not really a hearth, because it's not going to go under it and it's not going to go in front of it. It's just going to go on the sides of it, and it's built up about yay high, and it goes all the way across, and it's as deep as the fireplace.
Okay, you get the idea. We go back and forth like that. So what we did decide, we ended up deciding that we were going to flank the fireplace with these two built-ins that we actually bought for the other side of the room. But they fit better here, so we went ahead and pulled them over here. So once that was decided, we could go ahead and start framing up the framing that went around the fireplace to support it. And that was the first step. Voila! We had our fireplace installed, and I think I'm gonna watch. For a fun family activity one time, we wrote quotes on the walls, inside the walls, before we're gonna close them up in the basement. It's really fun to kind of see what we wrote, and some of them were very apropos for the space. Talking about not giving up, which we felt like, and also some of them were talking like we're gonna be right behind the stone fireplace, and they were talking about stone, so it's kind of cool. It's fun to know that we have so much wisdom built into our walls. Alright, our next step was that we had to figure out where we were going to put the venting for our fireplace, so let's look at that.
This is the joy of DIYing. So, this is where the end of the chimney venting will come out right there, and you can't have anything combustible next to it. So my beautiful snowball bush, which is finally getting big, is going to have to be moved. So we're moving it down here where we had a little tree but it died. Fun.
Okay, once we had determined the path that the venting would take and exactly where it's going to go, we went and purchased our venting. Let me just say that the venting is the most expensive part of this project. It's kind of pricey, but you have to have it. So we just started with our pieces one by one, and here's the first piece.
Okay, we are going to do this venting thing, and he's doing the first piece. What did you say about it, Dad?
This part that is sticking out, see how it sticks out a little further? That side always goes on first.
Okay.
That's so you can get it started on here. And these pieces, that's going to go over that. This piece is going to go over that. These little things right here is what clips it on. So that's when you slide it down, it'll clip.
First piece on, and then we managed to get the second piece, and then we started the long piece that went to the outside wall, and that's where we ran into trouble. So right where we were going to go out, we have a joist running along the outside wall. It's parallel to the outside wall, and it's just a few inches in front of the outside wall, so we were going to have to cut through a floor joist. Now, cutting through a floor joist can weaken your house, so we went and got our neighbor, who was a contractor, to give us a little advice and help us figure it out. But basically we had to support it, cut through the floor joist, and then reinforce it with some double hangers and some hanging joists. It was quite the activity, and it took us all day. Once we got the hole cut, we also had to cut the inside, then we had to go to the outside to cut a hole for the actual venting to go through, and then there was a piece that we had to put on the outside. So this is the view looking through the hole from the outside. At this point, it was threatening to rain the next day, and we had to get the hole in our house closed up. And so we still had to put the kit that goes on the outside of the venting. So it was a pretty long night, and here's a little bit of my ranting from that night. So if you're putting in
a gas fireplace in your basement, word of advice, make the shortest run possible. If you have to go up through a bunch of twists and turns and out through your thing, it sucks. It's late at night and I'm tired of this.
We did finally succeed. We also added a flex pipe gas line from our hot water heater all the way through the house, and it was fairly easy to do. And then I'll leave you with this beautiful picture of the fireplace running. Once it gets going, it burns a little bit more yellow, but it's gorgeous and we're in love with it. So hope you stay tuned and check out what the rest of the room turns out like. Go ahead and subscribe and you can follow along.